Hi, good morning, salutations, and greetings. This morning, we're here with number 46 in our series of Zentangles and more. I added the and more to it because I'm just going with more, that's just the way I'm doing it. Now, it's going to be this one here. Now, this looks a little confusing, doesn't it? I did this one as well, same thing. This one is the same thing with a little bit of color. Well, a little bit of color, a little bit of color, and these are called Ornament. Although now that's what it said as the title of the video that I watched. The video that I watched to see this done was no sound to it. It was just, and it was in fast speed and all that kind of stuff. And so, and the title of the video was Ornament. So I'm assuming that it's called Ornament. And so, as I say, it does look quite confusing, doesn't it? But isn't it beautiful? It's not confusing. It isn't. When you start it at the beginning, now, like this one here, I did it on a longer piece of paper, which would be really neat if you're making like a bookmark or an edge on a page or something, because I'm thinking more than just beautiful artwork. I'm thinking more about the way we use these things in our art, in our scrapbooking, in our junk journal making, any kind of journal making. And then one of the things, especially, is if you're doing a botanical journal, a gardening journal, doing something like this on a pocket of a page, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, and then I want to go ahead and sing the praises of one book that I have. You all know that I'm a book nut. I just love my books that teach me new things. This one here I've had for a while. It's botanical line drawing. And since coming up to Zentangle and watching different artists do their Zentangles a little bit differently and they add things to them, I'm learning that a lot of the things they add are botanical drawings, like the little sprigs of leaves over here, or the little fescues here, or the little bumblebee flowers that I can never remember the name of, zingers. They're just all come from wild flowers. Now, the actual creators of Zentangle, they have talked about how they have come to naming and drawing their different Zentangles as they go out for a walk and they see different flowers, wildflowers or something, and they say, "Oh, I can make a Zentangle with that." And then they draw it and they do a Zentangle using what they saw in the wild. Now, this book, like that section was um, flowers, sprouts. This book, there's so many different leaves and things that they teach, and so you could take from this book, and there is 200 step-by-step flowers, leaves, cacti, succulents, and other items found in nature in this book, each page. And look at these. See, now here, if you make something like this and it's just in this is a honeysuckle leaf vine. And it shows you step by step how to do them. Adding these to your Zentangles is, that's a cabbage leaf. Oh, there's just so many. And as I go through this, and I've had the book for a while, but it has sat on my shelf closed, because when I first got this, I tried to make I worked on making Well, there I drew an olive branch. I worked on trying to do something in a pot. And they just weren't working out for me. I was still looking for, like, this was a succulent, and you can't, I just did it in pencil, but, and I wasn't happy with it. It just wasn't calling out to me to keep going. And so that, now, oh, look at this. Look at these. These are adorable. Now I'm looking at it with a whole new set of eyes. Pink trumpet vine. Look at this, how simple to draw. And so I just, I think I'm going to use that pink trumpet vine. I think I want to put this whole book in a spiral. I might cut that bind off and put it in a spiral. But I might even make 2 books out of one. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. But anyway, I think I'm going to use that one in this one as we do this ornament. Okay, so what I want to show you is how simple it is to do this. So let me get out my tools of the trade. I don't need these tools, and I don't need that one. I'm gonna get the ones I need. Okay, let's see this. There's a 0505 02. That's the ones I need. Okay, now in this one I don't have to do any pencil drawing first. I just start right off. Okay, now what I'm going to do first, and in Zentangle there's a word for it, but I think we all know, because I can't think of the word. Can't think of the word right now. Is Yin Yangs. We're going to draw circle. My fingers look purple because my fingernails look like I'm sick, but I'm not sick. I did my hair in purple yesterday with no rubber gloves. See, it's now purple. Yeah, it's great. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to go with circles. So, and I'm going to go on the diagonal. And you don't have to, you can do it however you want. And I'm just going to make a series of circles on the diagonal here and there. And my circles are orbs. That's what they're called. And they're not perfect circles because they're just orbs. Okay, so I'm going to go to there. Like that. Maybe I'll put one right here. Okay, then I make the yin yang out of them. Now see here, let me see. The one that I colored with the black. This one here, I made them all going the same way. And I thought, nope, it looks better if I kind of go different directions. So, and to make a yin yang out of the circle, out of the orb, is just to make a lazy S down the middle. A lazy S. And I'm going to make mine in different directions. So, making a lazy S down the middle of the orb. That's the beginning. Now, this is a purple hair. You don't need that. Okay. So, there we go. I put my little, let me see if I can get you a little closer and still stay in frame. Okay. So then, and then I do my little Paisley print. I call it a Paisley print. I don't know what it's really called. But I'm going to, on one half of each one of these, go around the outside, and you're kind of just getting the same shape as the one half of the yin yang. So I'm putting that on one half, the Paisley print. So just go around, and I call it a Paisley print because back in my day when I was a teenager, I was at one time. I wasn't always this old. I'm not kidding. I wasn't born this old. I was a teenager once. And Paisley, anything with a Paisley print was like, it was right on target, boy. My mother sewed us some clothes, made our clothes. She'd buy the Paisley print fabric and do whatever we wanted. And she was quite the seamstress. My mother and I didn't get along real well all the time, but you know what? I miss her so much. I miss not getting along with her. I miss her. I wish she would. She passed away at such a young age. She was 61. And she passed away at work, even being a nurse. Yeah, I'm telling you. But anyway, blood clots. That's why I worry about my blood clots now. She just had blood clots, went to the lungs, and that was it. Okay, now, you didn't need to know that, but you know that now. Okay, so now that's what I have done to these little orbs, is made them all into like a little paisley print. So now what I want to do is, I want to, let's see this one. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make these leaves right here. See how the leaves go up here and down, up and down? Leaves. So that's what I'm going to do now. So we're just going to start them. Now these arbs are going to be just happy sitting right there till we get back to them. But and then I'll just make like a little line here. It doesn't have to come from the orb, but it can. It can just come from outer space. And then we'll go with making our little leaves. And all they are is like upside down teardrops or raindrops. I'll go up one side till I get to the top of the line, and then I'm going to go up the other side. If you get them all like right together, they look like a line of hearts, but I try not to make them look exactly like a heart. I want them to look just like leaves. So see, there's one right there. And so then we're going to continue on with doing some more of these. A little line first. Now the one I watched, they didn't make a line first, but I find it easier if I make the line first. Some just went, this guy that was doing that, or gal, she just was making little leaves and putting them together. But I find it easier to make the line first and then let your leaves climb up that vine, the vine, the vine line. Isn't that just divine? Okay. Now, and then go to the other side. I do one side and then the other side. See there? Now I've got two of them. Now I want to have one over here. I'll let that one go that way a little bit. These are so much fun. I am telling you, I have been just doodling my life away. I am loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm telling you, since and it's actually what we're doing here is we're zentangling. I call it zentangling and more because Zentangle is actually, I think, like copyrighted or something like that. And so to um so if I use something other than an actual Zentangle element in it, I'm not sure if that would be right. So that's why I'm calling it now Zentangle and more, because I really feel like you can add so much. But watching the people that are making videos right from the Zentangle headquarters, they even tell you that their doodles, their zens, their tangles are really a jumping off point. So I mean, don't jump off the Eiffel Tower, you don't want to do that. But they're just a beginning of what can happen, what will appear in your art form. But like this, see there, now I'm going to go down a little bit here. I'm going to go on the other side now, see, so I'm going to get some of my little leaf stems going in this other direction. And I think I'm going to take one from here and go right that from that same jumping off point. You don't want to fill this real full of leaves because then you end up with not a lot of space to add more things. So let me see, I think I want some to go off over here. Oh, I forgot to give you a weather report. The weather's beautiful. Okay, that's the weather report. And I am very accurate when I give my weather report. I don't have Jeffrey today, but I haven't even put the hide-a-bed closed up because he'll be here tomorrow. So I said, oh, why close it? Let's just leave it open. So the dogs get up there and snooze. They're happy to have it there. We've been meaning Jeffrey's been calling it the lounge now because in the in like the UK in the oh, my word went away again. I think in Australia and New Zealand, that's what I say. They don't call their living room a living room, they call it a lounge. I like that better. So me and Jeffrey, we decided to call our living room the lounge. Yeah. Because we just lounge around in there. And so, okay, this is, I might, well, let me put one right here. I might add some more later. See, and you can do that. You can add more leaves later if you feel like as if you need. Yeah, I have one friend over that lives in New Zealand, and she talks about the lounge, and I just love it. I just love that sound of that word, the lounge. And so, yeah, we just decided to take Miss Dai's lounge word. Okay, and now I'm going to go in my leaves, and I'm just going to from the point of the leaf from the bottom, just make a like a letter I. Just a line with a dot, line with a dot, line with a dot, line with a dot, line with a dot on each one of your leaves. And so now see, here we're getting dimension. Dimension. And I encourage you all, and I know some of you already do, but I encourage all of you to post pictures of your tangles when you make them on the Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn page, because oh, how I learn from all of you. And you might do yours just a little bit different than I do mine, and then I say, oh, wow, I can do that. And so we actually encourage one another and inspire one another when we do share our images. And I'm trying to be more apt and more thoughtful about adding mine, even because sometimes I figure since I do a video, why do I need to put a picture? But some people don't watch all the videos, so I'm going to be more thoughtful about adding my images to my to our unicorn page. And so I know I've learned a lot from, let's see, my one friend, Erin Morrison. She is, oh my goodness, I just love her. She just got back from vacation. She was on vacay for like a week away, but that didn't stop her from her doodling and zentangling. And she would post her pictures, her images, And she is one who adds. She's adding things to her images, and she might take a simple something and make it into more complex, just keep adding to it, and just whatever pops in her little head. And hers are beautiful. And she kind of started too at the same time we started this series. And but wow, is she ever just, she's really doing so good. And I am learning from her. But see, it's a learn with me series, so we're actually all learning together. And when you can share what you have learned, or what, and you just what you come up with, it doesn't even have to be an actual Zentangle something. It can be whatever pops in your little head. My paper's kind of trying to curl on me. Don't curl on me, paper. So there, look at there. I think I've got, oh no, I got to do this one. Oh man, can't leave that. We can't have a redheaded stepchild in the family. Okay, look at that. See, it's already looking like beautiful. And now here is where we can really start getting, this is where I want to go ahead, and I'm going to use this. I'm gonna use what I just opened this up to, which they call it the pink trumpet vine. I think I want to put that in there. And I'm gonna go right in here, and first it shows this just a little line here. So I'm gonna go that line like this. Now it shows to put the little, and I love these steps, step 1, step 2, step 3. Now we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 little stems from that original stem. Then over here, we made the trumpet. So, and it looks like to me what they did was made like above here, a little oval, above the line, a little oval, and then come down from the side of the oval and go to the, hook it to the stem. And a little oval, and with like a V underneath, hook it to the stem. Oval, and a V underneath it, hook it to the stem. There we go. And then let's get one up here at the top. Okay, so now I've got the trumpet vine, just how they show it here. And then, oh, and then now here what they did was they put just a little bit, it almost looks like a little tongue or something. It's small, so, but just a little hump there inside the oval part. And then she's got, oh, now I run out of space. Mine are so small, but she has a little line, just a little line on the V part. Let me see if I can get this, like, see how it shows? She put the little, like a little V, like a little, just a little strike of pen inside each of the V shapes. See how that is? Now, as we can see, there's the little leaves under it. So now I'm going to go with that, and it's just a little, and so you just kind of make your leaf shape like a pointed oval. And just put a few of those up the opposite side of the stem, and then cut them in half with a line. Just put a line up the center, and that's the pink trumpet vine. And we just added that to our Zentangle, and I think it's very pretty. So I'm going to make another one of those, and I'll just go up from here and make the little stems. And then I'm going to go with the oval floating above it, and then the V to hold it to it. The oval, I got that one a little low. The oval above it, and the V. So this is the and more part, which makes your project that you're doing an actual, makes it yours. It makes it your art. So now I'll put that little hump. That little, looks like a little tongue. It's the inside of the flower. And I'm not going to worry about putting that shading line because mine are too little. And so, oh, and then I got to put its leaves. Got to have some leaves. Just a pointy oval. Just a pointy oval, kind of little football. Little football. Oh, I got to put one right at the top, too. Right at the top needs to have one. And so let me just go, oh, on this piece of paper here that just fell out of the book. Now, let's go with the, this is the, what did I just call that? Pink trumpet vine. The vine, stems, the oval is floating like a halo above the stem, and then take from the edge of that to the top of the stem and hook it together. The oval, and then hook it with a V. It's kind of a V, or maybe a U. The oval is like a halo above, and then bring it down. An oval. Oh, now I made that oval touching it. That's okay. Like this. And nobody's perfect, just not, and these are not meant to be perfect. And then the little hump inside. That's coming out of the inside of that little trumpet flower. And then just a little line here on the side. And that kind of shadows. It kind of gives it a little shadowy effect. And then we'll go with the leaves. Like a little football. Just a little football. And cut it in half. Little football. And cut it in half. Little football. Cut it in half. Little football. Cut it in half. And got to put one up here. I keep forgetting that. Put another flower up there. But that's the trumpet vine. And so, and like I say, this book is amazing. It's got so many fun things in it. And like I say, I put it in, it's in my favorite things. If you're looking, if you want, if you think you might, it's by Peggy Dean, and she's made other books too. Oh, I drew this. Oh, I drew this one the day my very best friend in the world passed away, January 20th, 2019. Rest in peace, so many memories, Mary. But I drew that. I drew that. Gosh, I miss her so much. She was my friend for 44 years. Oh, well, anyway, that was a little bit of an obituary. Now, Botanical Line Drawing is the book that we used. Okay, so now I'll get back to my image here that I'm working on. Now, okay, so now I put 2 of those flowers in. So I want to, now I'm going to go with just some fescue. The fescue is just the line with like a teardrop at the top. And these, the fescue makes a real awesome addition to just about anything you're doing, because all it is that line, and with the little drop at the top, like a little apple seed. And if you put those here and there, and look, you can have them cross over like this, and then just kind of scatter them around your image. Just kind of scatter them. See, now that one I came up to that leaf, but I went behind the leaf. I didn't want to draw it in front of the leaf. And just curve it off. Just curve it. Just curve it. Just get it curved. And they're just so pretty. They make such a great addition to any of your okay. Okay, Papa. Any of your art. Just these little fescues is like perfect. Just perfect. I love them. Okay. So that's one. There's some of my very favorite tangles that I like to use that go into any of your tangles that you're doing, any of your art projects. Okay, then of course I love the zinger. Now, and I saw there's two ways of doing it. The one zinger that I was doing always was one line, a small oval, a little bit larger, and a yet larger, and then back to a smaller and smaller, and some dots at the top. And that's called the zinger. I think it should be stinger because it looks like a bumblebee. I just don't know why it looks like a bumblebee. It just does. But I'm going to stick a few of my zingers in there. Oval, the largest oval, and the smaller one, and then the three dots above it. See how pretty that looks? That's called a zinger in Zentangle. So, small one, a little bit larger, and smaller, and the dots. That is so pretty. I love that. And then a little one, little bit bigger, little bit smaller, and a dot. And we need to get one over here. Let's see right here. Little bit bigger, little bit smaller, dot. And then I'm going to go with one here. Okay, now, like I said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I mean, to do this, which I saw actually on the person that was showing the video on this. They made kind of the same thing, but they come up with two. Instead of one line, they made a stem with the two lines, and then the little arc at the top of the stem, and then let that your first circle be a larger circle, and then a smaller, and a smaller, and a smaller, and dot. So it's very similar to this one, but this one has a heavier stem, and the first oval is larger. So there might be another name for this one, but since this person, there was just music in the background, he wasn't speaking, or she, so I'm not sure, about that. But that one is nice too. It's just a little tiny bit different. And so I thought that was quite awesome. So, and they just get smaller as you go up, and they still end with a little dots at the top. It's really nice. Now, as you can see, there's like space in the middles. space in the middle. So I'm going to get my smallest micron pen, 005. That's the smallest one that I have. And if you all can get these pens, they are amazing because they have them from like a heavy paintbrush. The set I got had 6 different brushes in them, all different sizes. And so I'm learning what I can do with each size. But now what I'm going to do is, I think they call this tipple in the Zentangle world. Don't I think it's called tipple. But anyway, it is a bunch of just little circles. So it's going to look like little, like berries or something in here. Let's see. See on this one here, all those little berries in there? See, I colored them all pink. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of do some filling in here with these berries. The tipple, which to me are berries. And so we're going to do them in a few places. Okay. And not filling in completely. I'm not going to fill in completely. And then just maybe one of them, one here and there, just running off on its own. Okay. And because I like to color these, this is one I like to color parts of it. And so I'm just going and finding just areas that I think could use a little something. And this is just one of those areas. Okay, see now how it looks like this one's just floating off in the distance. This whole thingy do. But once I put in these berries, it kind of, why do I want to call them berries? Tipple. This is tipple little circles. And it brings them together. It connects them. And it balances it out quite a bit. And so that's what you're going to look for when you're looking for where you want to put your little tipple is, boy, I hope I got the right word for these. But if I don't, I sure don't not mind being reminded as to the right verbiage that goes with Zentangle. As long as I call it Zentangle and more, then I know that maybe I am free to roam. And so to me, oh no, I have to get some over here to kind of connect this one that's floating. I guess it wouldn't matter if that was floating, but I want it connected. So what do you think about that? I think I like that. I think I like it a lot. Put a little bit more right here. All right, now, I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm done with this black. Now I'm going to get my, now I'm going to add color. Now, if you have like a, let's see, I'm going to get a sharp, okay, what is this? This is actually an Artesia watercolor. I'm going to go in and I'm going to color in each one of those little spots with my red colored pencil. And that's going to take me a while because I have a lot of spots. A lot of my little berries. Now they really look like berries, don't they? Now that I'm coloring them all red. And this is good. Just make sure you've got a good point on your pencil. And or if you have the brush pens, oh, those work good too. Artesia has a set of brush pens. And I got some somewhere around here that they sent me. But I was looking for them. I don't know where I put them. And so I got to find them and put them on my trolley because I'm trying to put all of my markers and pens and pencils all on one trolley so that I have them all in one place. But now see, look at how things are happening here as I'm coloring in those little spots. Now you might think, oh, that's just boring, but no, it's not. It is so relaxing to do these. And then you see as you get going that before long, you know, you're just in that Zen mode, and it just keeps every little bit you do in it just is like amazing. I have had people tell me that they are amazed at what they can do because they never thought that they of themselves that they can do any kind of art, be any kind of an artist. And I know that's true because I have thought the same way. And then but when I look at these tiles that I've done, these ones I just use cardstock, and I cut these ones to 5 inches by 5 inches, and I have made some smaller too. And you can buy tailor-made Zentangle tiles, and I don't know, I guess they're made out of some kind of special paper, but I think they're a little bit pricey in my opinion, when I just can take cardstock and cut it into the sizes that I want. And so in my opinion, that's good enough. If I ever win the lottery, then no. I probably still wouldn't buy them if I win the lottery. I don't buy any lottery tickets, so there's fat chance of winning the lottery. My hubster, he buys them scratch-off tickets every once in a while, and then he lets me scratch them off. But so far we haven't been in the winning group, so sometimes we pay $1 for a ticket and we win $1. So then we bring the ticket back and get another ticket. Okay, do I got all my berries colored in? I think so. Maybe not, but I might. But now I'm also going to color in the little paisley that's inside of the yin yang. I know there's a word that they call this yin yang thing, but it's always been a yin yang for me, so I still call it that because I can't grasp onto the new word. You know, that's what, you know, it's harder to relearn something than it is to learn something. So if I learn something one way, then it is very hard to relearn it another way. Like I found when I was teaching kindergarten, and a lot of times parents would teach their little ones to write their name, and they'd write it in all uppercase capital letters. And then we would be teaching to write it with a capital at the beginning and then lowercase letters. And the ones that did not know how to write their name at all caught on right away. The ones that had learned already to write their name all in capital letters, it was real hard to teach them to use the lowercase letters and only one uppercase. And so it is very hard to relearn something. And so, and me being, I'll be 71 years old pretty soon, a couple months. And I just go ahead and say 71 because then I get used to the number and it's not no big shock when I get there. And so, I don't know what I was saying before I interrupted myself. You ever interrupt yourself? I just interrupted myself. I had not a clue what I was saying. But anyway, yeah, it's like I learned something one way, or say there's so many words now that I knew when I was younger that now that same word means something not very good. But I still keep using that word. And then people say, "Ooh, you shouldn't say that." Why not? You know, it's just like, oh, that's right. That turned into a bad word. Okay, so I try not to say it. Okay, now I'm going to, oh, I want to do my leaves. So I'm going to take, I have a Wink Stella pen. This is a like a paint pen. So I'm going to use this paint pen. Now they got paint pens in all different kind of styles as well. But I'm going to go here and I'm going to paint in just these leaves. And these, if you've got watercolor paints, I mean, you and a nice pointy brush, you can paint in these little things with your watercolor pens and your, well, I didn't put the line up, these middle ones. Okay, that's okay, though. I don't mind. I'm just going to do it without the line. A pointy little water brush, little brush pen, little paintbrush. There. Is that all of those I got? I didn't make, oh, Lord. Okay, so that's all that's going to be green on there is those. And then, let me see. This one is like a yellow orange or something. I'm going to go up here onto my bumblebee things. Zingers. And I like to use these because this is another thing. I've had these for like forever. I bought these at a store that was going out of business. And she had them marked way down just to clear out her store. And so I just bought them. I just said, them's mine. And so, but then I never really used them much. They just kind of sat there looking pretty. I dust them every once in a while. But now I have found, oh, I love them. And my Artesia paint pens are this kind of the same way, but I got to find them. They're buried under something. They're just buried under something. So then this gives it that little bit more color here. But again, a sharp point, because these are small, a sharp pointed pencil, and you can color these in just perfectly. There, do I got all them? Close enough, huh? Okay, so now I want to have a light pink. Let's see. What color does this show up as? Let me see what this shows up as. Yeah, it's about the same as that colored pencil I used. No, I think I want something lighter. Let me see. I think I want something lighter than that. This here, this is a Crayola pencil, and I'm gonna color in my these. What did we call them? Trumpet, pink trumpet vine. Okay, I think. And I'm just gonna color them in with this lighter pink. This lighter pink. But yes, if you all can get that book, I don't remember how much it is. I just looked at it too. And if you all can get that book, there's 200 different step-by-step directions. And like I say, it's in my my favorite things. Okay, so now I've got those little pink ones colored. So I can put these back. And then I'm going to take my green. Let me see. I'm going to take a green, a light green. Let's see. Let me see. I'm digging in my colored pencil stash here. What's this one here? I think this one will look good. Oh, why is it slipping out of my fingers? Okay. That's pretty green. And then I'm going to take my white pencil. Okay, I've got my white pencil and I got my green. These are Prismacolors. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to just the bottom of these leaves with this green. Just the very bottom. Okay, see, just the bottom, the pointy part of them. And I'm coloring in some green. Just at, and so it's shading it actually. And so just at the pointy part. And then I'm going to take my white pencil. I have just really, I don't have a sharp point on this. This is really blunt because I usually use my white pencil as a blender. And so then I'm just taking my white pencil and going over that green, and I'm just going like swipe up, 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 you know, and that blends it actually causes like a gradient almost where it's really darker at the bottom and becomes lighter as you go up. And so you're actually kind of blending it, and so there's not a just a stopping point where your green ends or your whatever color you're doing. You can make your leaves purple, it doesn't matter. You can make them whatever color you want. Or if you're not wanting color, and if you just want it black and white, then just shade with your pencil. Because there are some who just like um, to do all of their tangles in black and white, and that's just absolutely fine. But I'm one who likes color, and so, and to me, mine look better in color, I think. But now I have seen others that have posted their pictures and they do them all in black and white, and I think, oh my gosh, those are so nice. Because actually black and white in a way has a almost a richer, or what color, what word would I use? A more oh gosh, I don't know what word I would use, but just doing them all in black and white. See, sometimes just like black and white images, like if you get your photographs developed and you just get them all in a black and white, in black and white, you know, right, and grays, you know, then they're, I just love the way they look too. Or in sepia, if you do it all in sepia, you know, where it's all the browns, then that's all pretty too. So there is beauty in everything, but and I go through spells. I go through spells when I want everything. Um, like right now, I'm in a very colorful stage. I love color, but for a long time, I was doing only vintage. I was just everything vintage, and I still love vintage. But the vintage, black and white, sepia, you know, coffee stains, which I've just coffee dyed so many papers yesterday, um, because I still love coffee dyeing too. But so, but I go through spells of what I want to do, And right now I'm in the colorful spell. I'm in the colorful phase of my life. So I love these. But see how that now, just starting from just a row of circles and adding to them, and look at this art piece that I have. I think this should be hanging in the Smithsonian Institute of Fine Arts. Is there a there's a Smithsonian Institute, but I don't know of fine arts. But if not, we should start one with this right here. Yeah. I am going senile, you guys. Don't worry about that. I told my Jeffrey yesterday, I says, you know what? I really need to start acting my age and not my shoe size. He goes, no, please just keep acting your shoe size. And so, yeah, so since I was told by my grandson, who only knows good stuff, to not just to keep acting my shoe size, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, act my shoe size. I like myself okay just like I am. I think I'm fine. Some people think I'm a little nutty. That's okay too. And so here I go with I think this is the last stem of leaves. And then one more thing I'm going to do, and call this a day. Oh, two more things. Call this a finished product. I gotta get something mailed today. Ugh, I gotta hurry. Excuse me. I should be wearing my mask so I don't breathe on you all. I got masks to make. I got to order for masks. I got orders for masks. My daughter decided if I'm going to give them away, I might as well make some money. So she got me a bunch of orders for the $3 a mask. I'm gonna be rich. $3. Okay, now what I'm thinking. See, look at this. I put this one on white paper. This one is on like a beige cream colored paper. Look at the difference just using the different colors of paper. But I want to, it seems like I did one of them with, okay, I want to do a real light. I think I want to do a real light blue. This one's pretty light. I think I want to go in and just put a very little bit. This is kind of a greenish blue. What is it called? I can't read that. I can't see that small print anymore. So I don't know what this is called. But it's just a very light green. And I'm just putting just a tat of color on. Oh, I didn't do these. Oh, this poor stem. I bet you're always yelling, you missed one, you missed one. Yes, I did. Let me fix this. Let me fix this while the fixing's good. Poor thing would feel so bad if it was neglected. So we'll fix that one. Yeah. Okay, so now let me finish doing what I was doing before my brain goes crazy. I might want to draw a bug on here. That's another thing I've been doing is on my little art pieces, I draw one bug. But you wait till you see this bug, though. Just a minute. I'll show you. I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay, see? So I colored each one of them in just so it's not real stark white. It kind of blends. Now, I'm going to put me a bug. Where's my little pen? My little pen? My little tiny pen. My little pen here. Okay, one bug. One bug is going to be on this plant somewhere. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. This is where I'm going to put my bug. I just make a little hump. Color him in black. One bug. That's it. One bug. There's a hump. And I give him two little feelers in the front. And on the back. a curly tail. And that's my bug. Can you see my bug? One bug. That's all it's going to get is one bug on my little plant. Now, see, I might want to even go further and add a little bit more in here, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine. You know what I'm going to do, though? I am going to go a little bit more color. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to kind of, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Never mind. I'm going to do this. I got to, wait a minute. I got to sharpen my pencil. Oops. It's suction cup come loose. Wait a minute. I gotta get my pencil sharpener. There, just a minute. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Dang it. I know. Dang, it's almost like cussing. There. Okay, now. Wait a minute. I see things falling. Why does that not want to suction cup to there? There we go. Now I got a sharp point. You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. Okay, do I have another one? No. I've done this before. But see, one of the things to get some color in here, I'm going to go with this light blue and I'm going to make little spirals. Just little ones. Just little spirals.
I'm disturbing you again.
Okay, what?
I'm back inside. It's too hot out there.
Oh, you are all wet from sweat. Wow. Okay. Okay, sweetie. And so I am just going to go in some of these little empty spaces with this light blue and just, you know, you could color in if you wanted to, just to add more color. But putting up the little spirals, or sometimes I do cross hatching, just to give it a little bit of color inside the blank spaces. And I'm not going to go all the way around the whole image. I'm just going to go a little bit here and there, just sort of in the center. And I'm going to balance it, try to balance it. I probably could have went with a little bit lighter of a blue. Okay, let's see. How's that looking? I need a little bit more over here. And I think I'm going to call that finished as I go down with more color. There, I'm going to call that pretty much finished. Finished. Completely. It's completely almost finished. Wait a minute. Did I put my... Oh, yeah, that's where I put that. See my little bag? It says, "Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls." Okay, so now I think that looks pretty good, except for I want to have it framed. So I'm going to use my marker, and I'm going to go around and around slow, because I don't want it to jump. Okay, and then I'm going to go around. It's not around, it's going, I'm going to square, and like this, and then I'm going to go on this side. This is rocket science right here. See, I don't want my paper to bend, because if my paper bends while I'm doing this, then my marker marks where it's not supposed to mark. You can get that one. There. Now my picture is framed. So see that? how once you frame it, what happens? The whole thing pops. Now, I think I'm liking this a lot. It almost feel like I should have some black in there, something more black. I wonder if I were to trace around my orbs. With just a heavier marker. I think that does it. I think that is what it needed, was just that little bit more. And then that just pops out those orbs a little bit more. So they don't blend in. My yin yangs. Hello, Mr. Bug. I had to say hello to my Mr. Bug. Oh, yeah, I think that made a big difference right there. And then it puts some weight. And then, like any of these lines, you could put weight on them by just making your line a little heavier. Just a little weight, and it makes like a difference. And that's up to you. It's your art. And now I'm thinking, okay, Elizabeth, you need to quit because you're going to mess it up, and then you're not going to be happy. Then you're going to be a grumpy Lizzie. We don't want a grumpy Lizzie. And there. That's it. And we call that an ornament. And so that's what I'm going to call it, is ornament. And I think we did a good job. This is very pretty. I might want to do some more blue on there. I'm not sure. I might add to it. I may add this to it. But this is just showing you too how you can start with any Zentangle, any kind of tangle, and you can add to it all of your own feeling. Add your own to it. And I think that you're going to be very happy. I know I'm happy with this. I'm happy with all of these that I made. I think that they're just beautiful. How beautiful. I like this one done in the long strip. I like this one here. I just like them all. There was more than that because I know I did more. Oh, than this one. Wasn't too good about this black around the, not too, but it's not bad though. I like them all. Thank you so much for staying with me through this whole thing. And for your treat, for your listening pleasure, I'm going to read something. Let's see, what should we read? What should we read? I deserve good in my life. Deserving. You are deserving. Okay. Some of the things you believe were never true. They were someone else's fears. Give yourself a chance to examine your thoughts. Change those that are negative. You are deserving. I deserve good in my life. Sometimes when our inner messages are telling us that we are not allowed to be happy, or when we create good things in our lives and haven't changed those early messages, we will do something to thwart our happiness. When we don't believe that we deserve good, we will knock the supports out from under us. Sometimes we hurt ourselves or develop physical problems or have accidents. We have to start believing that we deserve all the good that life has to offer. And that is so true. That is so true. Thank you all so much. May God watch over you every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you on the next video, and keep on doodling. God bless.